and see how this goes today. I'm gonna click in my phone here, and just working on this cat drawing. I don't know what my camera's saying, rotate device back, but anyway, so we're just gonna go to town here. This piece, my paints have dried up, I'm sure. So yeah, we got to start over with the paint. Just thinking about some stuff, you know. My mom passed, and just a really nice, funny lady, and she had a boyfriend that she was going out with my dad, and then her, oh God, I just almost put my paint. Keep your water away, your drink away from your drink away from where the water's supposed to be dipped in. I just stuck my paintbrush in my drink. Don't do that. My mom, that's such a funny story. Started dating my dad, and for like 11 months, and he was in the Navy, came back from the war, World War II, and her other boyfriend from before that came back, and so she started dating him again for like 3 months, but she said he changed, and talked about how tight money was going to be because we're from the Depression era and this and that. Well, for Christmas, he gave her a pencil for Christmas. And then my dad showed up at her home and gave her a sweater and some perfume. And that was it right there. She turned around and started dating my dad again. Sorry, I'm looking for a paint here. I should have had everything lined up. Get my paints out. Some cheap black paint. Get a little everything out here. But it's really easy to go through paint. Like, you know, you just think you're going to use it. And you put it on your table. And you don't even use it like these ones right here. I just wasted it. It's really easy to go through your paints. That's one thing that's nice about other mediums like gouache. And see, that's all I need. I don't even need that much. A little bit, a tiny bit of yellow. Excuse me. Sorry. So how's everybody doing today? This is a new experiment. Doing live video. I've been listening to a lot of guys. So we hang out and talk while I'm working here. This guy was talking today about just scheduling your time to get things done. And well, and he's like saying, well, yeah, you got to start with the hard things first. And if you wait till the end of the day to do the things you really want to do, a lot of times you won't do it. I just kind of get stuck. And so there's a little bit of gray. Oh, come on. So it's just good to start early and block it in time for doing things and try and block out, time, hours at a time. Need to make some like a light green. Doing these, trying to get the eyes to where I want them. I always feel like if you can get the eyes to where you want them, because that's kind of where your eyes go a lot of times when you're looking at a painting. So it's kind of where the magic happens. This really is on this the palette where the magic happens. It's funny being like painting is now when I go to like paint stores to look at paint chips, I just look at things so much differently. Like I kind of want like a lime green for this. I don't want, this is kind of a blue green. I want like a lime green. Yeah, see more, it's kind of a yellowish, to be more accurate, is you kind of learn to, and now I kind of squinting here, my values, kind of get in the ballpark, and you can go from there. This paint is pretty loaded up on here. This brush is a little bit too not rounded enough. Sometimes you get a really good brush with a synthetic, cheap synthetic brush. It's about time this guy started painting. Jeez, man, look at this. There we go. The thing that's nice about acrylics sometimes is that you can kind of get in there and really do some nice detail work because the um, paint dries fairly quickly. You can't. It's harder to do that with um, oils, and in watercolor, it's hard to use. Excuse me, I'm kind of doing two things at once here. Watercolor is hard to get opacity unless you use like a Chinese white to go over stuff. It's like it's real transparent. Whereas with this acrylic, you can get both transparent and kind of these washes over the top. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. Things with eyes is that they're like little pools of water, so or like a marble kind of. So I want to try and capture that kind of 3D effect where you have the color underneath and somehow we capture the color on top. Yeah, there we go. I think it's nice about doing cats is, um, or dogs. It's just a little bit less work than people because people, oh, that doesn't, they'll just kind of pick it apart if it's not, if a person, oh, their nose isn't like that. With a cat or dog, you can kind of use a little more artistic license. And there's a shadow. I mean, this, whatchamacallit, this, um, go ahead and, if you guys or anyone watching, you can leave a comment or a question, and I'll see if I can get to it. Kind of new at this, actually very new at doing live. One thing you want to do is avoid, and I'll say this over and over again, is spottiness. You want to have there to be a nice flow to your watercolor, your oil paintings. And this one guy, he was like a genius, and he um, said spottiness. You gotta make sure your paintings are spotty, and then just kind of develop a touch, the magic touch. If you're painting, don't just be splotching paint around. You want to make your, so I'm gonna make my brushwork kind of match. It's called modeling, where the brushwork matches the shape of like a face or. Yeah, so let's go in here. You want to capture a little bit of like this hairy kind of cat because I don't know. I just think it makes him look a little more unruly and feisty. Plus, I want to get like a little bit of a frown here. How you guys doing? Is everything going all right? I'm gonna check. I'm actually just painting. I can't really see my comments, which is probably a good thing. But we'll get to them. I don't know. The people still don't look quite right. It's a funny thing I read this about cat pupils is, yeah, they're not going to be, if they're in a light area, they're not going to be very open, dilated, unless it's that, but if it's really dark out, then they will be dilated. And how cat pupils are the same as a snake. I hate to say that, but the way they're slits like that, a lot of snakes. And yeah, I don't know. Just a little tidbit. Hey, I hope you don't mind hanging out here. Yeah, I'll probably have to redo this when it comes out and make it as a condensed, shortened video. Yeah, see, one thing I want to try and avoid here is just this flatness of the black. You want to have some light in it. Otherwise, it just looks totally dead on the page. The eyes kind of are just going to reflect what is around it back at you. It's good to try and keep going. Like when you're painting, a lot of times like takes about 20 minutes or so to like really get in the zone, or longer of just painting away. Yeah, let's see what we got else we got here. So yeah, we want to make sure our line work, um, our brushwork follows the shapes of the hair, or whatever it is, whatever we're working on. It's called modeling. And I'll go over this more and more. And just learning to discern too with just not overworking it. We want to make it, can be a little bit rough. Like brushwork. Because if we don't, what we end up with is something that's kind of bland. How's everybody doing? Just going to stand up for a second, drink a cup of coffee. Let's see where we're going. Hey, what's up? All right. Yeah. Like, I don't know how to do any of that stuff, but thanks for the offer. Hang on, I'll be right back. Oh. Sorry for that delay. Yeah, I just had to take care of some business. You know, the good thing about acrylics is it dries fast, but that too can be a problem. Yeah, the eyes look a little better now. And it's just good to, when you're painting, to know your light source. Like the light's coming from this direction. So sometimes you can get away with looser style like here, but and there's certain areas where you want to have more just definition. I'm going to go back in with black now again. Wish I had some music going with this, but guess you got to get some music going in your head. Does anyone have a favorite song you like listening to? Right now I've been playing in my head this song called Claire de Lune by a famous, yeah, really famous. My mom used to play that on piano as a kid. And she was just like Jimi Hendrix on the piano. So dun, 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 dun. Claire de Lune. I kind of looked up how to play it. Anyway, I want to try and get, I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to try and get a little bit of teeth, fangs showing here, but we'll see. Go back in with black. I'm going to go, whoops. That was good. Sometimes, yeah, you want to move your painting if you're, because it's easy to do an arc like this and try and going across, trying to get the painting to match the arc of your hands. And also, sometimes it can help to, with the paints loaded the most on the side that you want to have be more loaded with that color, then you can start from one way or the other. Can make a difference. You have to know where to load, to put on the brakes too. You kind of just tap down and pull off at the right time. It's kind of funny. I was just thinking about, yeah, my mom was really good at this song, Claire de Lune. But she used the foot pedals a lot to like control the dampening of the tone at different spots, and really develop that intuitive touch. I have to go in. I'm using this one photograph, and I need to go back in and get a different photograph for finishing off. Because I'm kind of winging it as far as putting in the rest of this face. You can make a nice painting, but if you want a spectacular painting, you want to be able to use photos. And there's one guy who painted flames on like a car flames, and he just went out of his head, and I'm like, well, that's okay, but I can paint better than that, because all I need to do is use a photograph. And he was getting a ton of dough for his paintings. But paint fumes, I think, must have did him in. He wasn't that old. See, I kind of messed up here. I got be careful with this stuff. Like painting shadows. This is where it's really good to, practice. And I had this one art class, and they said, just take small objects and draw every day. And then you kind of just learn to pick up. One of the things I picked up from that was just making sure you get the shadows right. Can really make just a huge, huge difference in a painting. Your core shadow, you have reflected light on shadow, and it's all these different variables. You guys having fun yet? I hope so. It gives something of value to people. And let's see what we got here. I'm going to take a break here. Are you sure you want to? Of course I do.